So, Honor just dropped their latest mid-ranger, the X9d, and I've had my hands on it for about a day now. The big question everyone's asking is this a meaningful upgrade or just another phone in a crowded market? Let's talk about my first impressions. Right out of the box, the first thing you notice is the design. Honor is really leaning into this premium feel for a budget price. This leather back on my unit is gorgeous. It's a real fingerprint magnet. There's a different color as well to choose from. And it feels way more expensive than it is. It's slim, surprisingly light despite of its large battery, and now it has flat display compared to curved display on X9c. It just makes everything feel more immersive and modern. Compared to last year's X9c, this immediately feels a step up in the hand. If you're coming from a phone with a plastic back, this is a noticeable and welcome upgrade. And if we talk about durability, this phone is incredibly tough. With 2.5 meter drop resistant certification and IP69K dust and water resistant that can withstand splashes, rain, and even high pressure water exposure. Now let's get into this screen. It's a 6.79-inch AMOLED flat display, and I've got to say, this might be the star of the whole phone so far. The colors are just vibrant, the blacks are really deep, and with a whopping 6000 nits peak brightness. Trust me, you will have zero trouble seeing this thing, even in direct sunlight. And of course, it has a 120Hz refresh rate. In simple terms, that just means everything feels incredibly smooth. Just scrolling through your feeds or flipping between apps, it's all just buttery. Once your eyes get used to this, going back to a standard 60Hz screen feels like a real step backwards. Overall, the display is a massive upgrade this time around. Under the hood, we've got a new mid-range Snapdragon 6 Gen 4, a 4nm chipset. Now, I haven't run any heavy games on it yet, and that's for the full review. But for everyday stuff, social media, emails, YouTube, WhatsApp, everything can handle smoothly. No stutters, no lag. It just works. Packed with 12GB RAM and 256GB of internal storage, with Magic OS 9 and Android 15 out of the box. It's clean, it's simple, and it doesn't have a ton of bloatware, which I really appreciate. It feels familiar but with a few nice customization touches. Also packed with a lot of AI features like AI Eraser, AI Eyes Open, AI Remove Reflection, AI Cutout, and AI Upscale, which is pretty nice bonus. Now, moving to the cameras, and here's where things get a little familiar. The setup is essentially the same as what we saw on last year's X9c. You're getting that same 108 megapixel main sensor with OIS, which can record 4K video at 30 frames per second, paired with a 5 megapixel ultra-wide and a 16 megapixel selfie camera. So if you were hoping for a big camera upgrade this year, there isn't really one to speak of. It's more of a carryover from the previous model. Now let's talk about the really exciting part, the battery. This thing is packed with a massive 8300 mAh high silicon carbon battery that's supposed to last 3 days on a single charge as Honor claims. I can't verify that claim just yet, but after a full day of heavy setup and usage, I'm still sitting at over 40%, which is an excellent sign. It also supports 66-watt fast charging, and one of my favorite features is that you can use this massive battery to charge your other devices whenever you need to. So overall, the battery is definitely a huge upgrade. So the big question is it really worth the upgrade? Based on my first 24 hours, if you're rocking a phone that's 2 or 3 years old, especially one with an LCD screen, a 60Hz refresh rate, and a battery that's starting to fade, then yes, absolutely. The combination of this gorgeous display, the premium feel, and the potentially killer battery life makes it a compelling package. Overall, the Honor X9d makes a very strong first impression. It feels like Honor focused on the right things: the screen, the battery, and the day-to-day feel. It's not trying to be a flagship killer. It's trying to be the best mid-ranger it can be. And so far, it's succeeding. And let's not forget the price. You can get this device at just 1,299 dirhams here in Dubai. And I can say it is worth your hard-earned money. So if you're interested, I will put the purchase link in the description below. But that's just my first look. I need to put the camera through its paces and really test that battery. So let me know down in the comments what you want me to test specifically in the full review. If this review was helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more exciting tech reviews like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.